Off the moon, caught off guard and fumes. Me and couple ghouls, keep a dead eye on the room. What if 4 a.m. turn to noon? If I stay too long, am I doomed? Off the moon, caught off guard and fumes. Made a couple moves, now we popping like balloons. What if 4 a.m. turn to noon? If I stay too long, am I doomed?
Hey, traders. Happy Sunday to you. Good to see you all again. It's been, took off yesterday. Had stuff going on, but, unfortunately the markets continued to slide. Yesterday confirmed a bearish engulfing candle, a daily. Same thing with Ethereum, so that's like definitely my bad not seeing that daily bearish engulfing candle. But the 4 hour looked okay on Ethereum, but then Bitcoin proceeded to dump and just hit multi-month lows.
You, Mitch. We need your guidance and insight to get us through these difficult times in the cryptoverse.
I mean, all I can tell you is like look for an edge. That there isn't one yet, right? The negative momentum keeps building. I mean, it's still possible, if this thing starts pivoting and bids come in, and if you look at like the rally, right? You see the sell-off. This is kind of like what would be considered maybe the bottom of a range, range between 43K and 61K or so. And so I guess we could consider that maybe what could be, a congestion zone or something, right? And something like that, where you don't want to fall below that really, right? At all. No. So you're thinking though. The good news is we were talking about a couple days ago fib extensions from previous lows, where it's like this is I think you hit the 1414 fib extension maybe. I know you hit the 1272. We're just talking about from that previous low to high. Low to high. Yeah, pretty much 1272 was hit. 1414 is a little bit lower. It's actually below the range, right? Which I don't think you ever want to fall out of, but yeah, man, that lower high confirmed. If it looks like one of the most clear, concise lower highs of this entire run. When since the COVID crash has Bitcoin made a lower high that's discernible on the daily? You could argue maybe January 14th. Okay, so that besides that, this is it. Right? This is much more. It's a much larger structure than before. So that has turned into a falling wedge. So you know, thing is, if you fall out of the range, there's a lot of support right below it. So and the fib extensions and the 200-day moving average. So I mean, it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on here. You know, these could be areas, hopefully, where bulls can recapture control. Where certainly right now it seems like bears are all in control. You know, with the lower high and now the confirmed lower low than previous low from April 25th. Right? That's not really what you want to see. So, but what a run it's been. You know, what a crazy, crazy run. Just like, you know, you think it's a two-parter of the cycle. We're ending the first part, and who knows how long the consolidation could last. I think back in 2016, it lasted. 2017, it lasted for a few months. So yeah, I mean, there could be an edge at some point, but it's still, you need far more data, and you don't have it. You just don't. So that's the daily, the 4-hour. Right, if you just look at the bottom of what could be considered the range.
Bitcoin monthly. What you worry about, Larry?
Oh yeah, is that it, Sam T? Thanks, man, for the 15. Far too early to be calling anything like that on the monthly, right? Because it's like the 16th, so it's like halfway through the month. But hey, maybe, you know, you want to smoke some more hopium. Maybe a bullish hammer develops. Hour 45 minutes, anything's possible. But these are the areas where there could be bids, right? This is where a reversal could occur that could, you know, create that hidden or that classic bullish divergence on the daily. Sure, you get the 1272. So yeah, it just didn't, man. Just like yesterday, it had an engulfing candle on Ethereum and Bitcoin, rallied, and then just dumped after. It's like, wow, okay, nice. Yep. So you get what I'm saying? I mean, I wish I could tell you more. You know, I think this stream's kind of more about like, let's look for an opportunity for a long, and you could be working on the development of an edge on the daily. That would be great. So Ethereum, very, very disappointing. But look at this, man, right? You know, look at what's going on with Ethereum right now as I'm speaking to you. You're like pumping back above the critical $3,500 area. You got to get back above that. You get above that, everything's going to be great, you know, but until then, I mean, like, there's just 3,200 if you can't hold 3,500, and then 3K, which 3K is just psychological. It's not even a real point, you know, of support resistance on the chart. I mean, the next real support's like 2,600. So yeah, pray it gets back above. Pray we get a really, really strong close on Bitcoin that could get Ethereum back above 3,500. Then you got nothing to worry about, right? Then I think you might start talking about maybe creating a wedge or something. Look at this, just price action, this demand line here. Or is it just a channel? No, dude, that's like, you know, downsloping price contraction to some degree. So you could understand, like, it's just, I mean, it could go all the way down to like 3,100 eventually, you know, and correct, but still be creating a bullish structure, right? That demand line, when you broke it, it's pretty crazy how it rallied to back test it, made a lower high, almost looks like a head and shoulders, right? Really scuffed on the neckline, but clearly if it broke a neckline, it's not, which the neckline could have been maybe 3,500, it's not catching any kind of fall through price action. At this point, you could be arguing that on the 4-hour, hour 43 minutes, the tweezer bottom could be painted. God. And still, even at this lower low, below that critical area, you could still be working on some sort of classic divergence. So yesterday, it looked so set up. I mean, like one bottom, a second one, and then you had the engulfing candles. It was like the exact same low. Divergence was really good, and then just Bitcoin just says, nah, dude, I suck, I'm Bitcoin, and so Ethereum dumps with it. But look at this. I mean, this is great. You close above 3,500, I'm gonna feel a lot better about this. Okay, I just don't want a candle close below 3,500. All right. So yeah, man. Interesting. I don't think it's over for Ethereum. I don't think, oh, people are like talking about the cycle's over, dude. It's like, how do you know? How do you know the whole cycle's over? I mean, look at Bitcoin on the weekly, man. Cycle's over because You know, in bull cycles, retraces happen, right? You know, on the weekly, there wasn't literally one retrace. That's not considered a retrace in January. That's not. It's the same wave, and you're finally just hitting just an area where there's far too much supply and or not enough demand, and that's a really nasty bearish engulfing candle. But we've seen those before, right? We saw a nasty bearish engulfing candle the week of February 22nd, and that just manifested into nothing, right? Just rallied to higher highs, all-time highs. So you are definitely range bound, I guess, and I guess the range is between 43, 45K and 60K. So, you know, largest spike, negative momentum you've seen literally ever. And that has to do with the price being so high. So, you know, that's going to happen. Like, even in stocks, you know, like it gets to such a high price, negative momentum builds. It's really, but it's true, it's history. But yeah. And the RSI just continuing to dump. That's okay though, right? And this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't be like that scared, because if you just look back at the previous cycle, you know, look at this. Look how many times, you know, you had January 2016 after getting overbought, August 2016, March 2017, July 2017, you made it back down to the equilibrium level. I mean, you didn't even make it to the 50. You just made it to like a low point of like 53. 4 different times in that cycle. This is the kind of the first time from being overbought that you've now reached that same equilibrium level, you know? So
Chuck Smith for all the good work. Keep calm and persist on. Remember to wait for the edge. Wanted to shout out to my brother JK, who is a first-time listener to your stream. Hope he can learn the way of the walk to the Citadel with us kings. Much love all.
Thank you. Sub more, and what's up, JK, man? Thanks for watching the stream. I wish I had better news, you know. I wish I had better things to talk about, you know. I'm normally really happy about when, hey, Bitcoin's showing a really clear, concise edge, but it just hasn't. It hasn't been showing that, so we're just waiting for it, you know. And it really sucks on altcoins because, like, with the macro dragging down so much, it's really difficult for these assets to hold on or make, you know, higher lows. I mean, a lot of them, you know, it's like they lost so much value, like, from their high points. But that's okay, right? It's trader's market, you know. You gotta. So it's not like before where, oh yeah, man, I'm taking profit like I should, you know, and oh man, it just keeps going. Well, right now in these market conditions, like, oh man, like I'm at profit taking levels, maybe I should take profit because it's dumping, and now it's like retraced pretty hard. And now you're working on probably a new harmonic, right, on BAT. Right, deep retrace is probably down like $1 or so. But you're holding, you know, what is 108? Can someone tell me what 108 is on BAT? We have to go look left. Look left, and you'll be like, oh my God, what are you talking about? A critical area. I think it shows up on the daily. 108, yeah, right there. It's think that. Yeah, 108, right? That high, that all-time high from January 2018. That is what it's attempting to backtest right now. That's really important, you know. I don't think you want to fall below that, man, but you always could. But that's what I'm saying, right? The opportunity presented itself. It look what it did. It went up and it tested like what a profit-taking level would be on a harmonic like this, a shark, and it reversed. And from the profit-taking level, the asset has lost 31 plus 32% of its value. That's why it's like you just don't know when these cycles will end or when they'll go into a much deeper pause, and that's why taking profits always a good idea, especially when they hit profit-taking levels, right? I mean, you getting into this mindset of, oh my God, all these BAT trade setups that were successful on the way, they just kept going beyond targets. Well, not this time. This time on the daily, it's almost like one top and a second top, almost like a major, crazy, mega double top. So maybe that doesn't happen. It's potential until then, but you get what I'm saying. But across the market, it's kind of like a bleed out, slow and steady bleed out, and this just doesn't really look good at this level, right? It's like you made like 2 highs and then a lower high on the 4 hour. You're selling off and you're just holding it for now, but once that breaks, you could go all the way down to 88 cents. It's across, look, man, Bitcoin Cash, another great example of like an asset hitting targets, you know, and then just double topping. Oh yeah, you got one more fake out, a triple top, okay. And then you've dumped, and look, you're now breaking below that previous high from April 17th, where if it doesn't hold this, there's a chance it could always see 875, and it would still be a major higher low than the previous low, which is back from April 23rd, 24th at 750, and it'd still be okay. It would still be in a bullish trend. It wouldn't be threatened, even if it goes down those levels. And then you'd have like an X, A, B, C, D, like a deep retrace, right? So yeah, man, like profit taking levels get hit, and then a reversal occurs.
Look at the king. ADA/BTC on Binance.
Yeah, it went nuts. Yeah, it
What's
broke
the
out.
next
To make
target?
sure.
6,000 candle closer with high at 9,000. I still got half my bag from 697 slots.
We'll look at it. LPLT things 20 did. All right, so. I'm just talking like this, man. You know, it's just it's really tough. You know, especially for like new people who join the Patreon late. You know, it's really just kind of unfair to me because like you know, like, oh man, all these, like, there'll be failed trade setups and stuff, but it's like, look, man, but April 24th, there was like a successful trade setup on Bitcoin Cash, and it went to all the targets and even exceeded them. You know, it hit the triple top of the 1618 and is now selling off. It's now below the second profit taking level, so it's just tough, man. Like, getting in late always sucks because like the opportunity that existed played out, and now it might take weeks for a new opportunity to present itself strongly on the charts, right, on significant time scales. So it just, you know, welcome to, you know, early bird gets the worm or whatever. That's so true, I guess, you know. We can, you know, look at Litecoin. Same stuff, like falling wedge, broke out. It was so close. It just, the macro kills it. Macro killed Litecoin, but it's not dead, right? The trend's not bearish. It's not. This trend's not in jeopardy till Litecoin breaks below 220.
$41,986. We are looking really good in my opinion.
So CJ, what you said? Sorry, it's quiet over here. You said there's no like reverb. Really good. I don't know, man. Anything above a 200-day moving average is good. You might go test that, which is at like 40-ish K. You know, I mean, you gotta understand on the weekly and daily on Bitcoin. I mean, well, I guess the daily's different for Bitcoin, but until it makes a lower high or a lower low than the previous low, the trend is still bullish. I'm sorry, man. Even with the deep retraces, so. This is no threat of reversing the overall trend until there's like true, clear, concise candle closes below 220, right? That's the trend, right? Every single time, what happens? Every time, you sell off, you create a bullish structure, you rally, you eventually sell off, you create a bullish structure, you make a higher low than previous low, you rally again, you create a couple bullish or bearish then bullish structures. What do? You end up making a higher low than the previous low, and you run again, and then the same thing, and then the same thing. So it's just like you're trending, you're uptrending, and in actuality, I mean, a lot of these altcoins on the charts look better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like sideways and making multi-month lows, you know, and then these altcoins are not even close to. You can't say that about them. They're not doing that. This is making higher low than the previous low from April, late April, like almost May. So these coins just better looking. Altcoins better than Bitcoin technically right now. All right.
Do you think this bull run is similar to 2013 with how the market is currently playing out?
I mean, is it similar? I mean, the 2013 and 16 through 18 rallies were very similar, like almost identical in ways, you know. And I mean, well, that's what our theory is. Our theory is like this is a two-parter cycle. We just finished up the first part. We're going through consolidation phase. You know, it's soul searching for a bottom. When will the bids come in? Because they're gonna make eventually higher lows than the previous lows. And then once it makes the higher low and the bids come in, then all is well. It continues on, right? A news-driven catalyst will come in. Someone will like, hey, Oracle or Walmart bought Bitcoin. Okay, whatever. And then it starts skyrocketing. In a day, it'll be up 15%. You'll miss the big rally because it happens so fast. That's a big thing about Bitcoin runs, man. Like a lot of times, it'll be like one day of just a huge impulse candle, and you'll just miss a big portion of the reversal. But like, look, you know, it is unfortunate because like you're in jeopardy of close. This is a discernible swing low from February 27th. So I mean, getting a close below that's not good because the next low after that is that low from January 24th. So that's so yeah. I mean, that just means like you break that. You're going to test 41, 42K. You ever break that, you're going straight down to 30K. It's straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. That's all you got, right? So I'd prefer this asset never falls below $43,000 because that's like the very bottom of what could be considered the range here. So sweaty.
To meet a friend of 7+ years will lead me to digital assets, trading, you, and the path to financial independence. Shout out to Route 69. Dealer's choice on top.
What's up, Eddie Route 69, thanks dude. Yeah, Dealer Shorts, thanks, appreciate that, that's awesome. And there you go, dude. I mean, better late than never, but it just does suck sometimes, like, people are getting in, you know, on an asset that you had literally forever. You know, COVID crash happened, right? Alright, COVID crash to the all-time high. The asset appreciated 1,329% in 398 days. And now, like, you know, we're now confirming like a lower high than the previous high, and that really hasn't happened except maybe once this entire recovery, and that is a form of distribution, right? Where less market participants own this asset than the previous time, than before on the previous high. So that's not really a good sign. So, you can't say that Bitcoin's really at value areas. There's no way to say it. You're still at high premium levels from at least lower levels. Yeah, man. So total, I don't think we've looked at it. Total is falling back below that $228 trillion candle high close from April 16th. But at least you're still uptrending, right? I mean, the trend's not in jeopardy till it makes a lower high than like 1.78, 1.65 trillion dollars. Total market cap, all cryptos.
The Patreon yesterday. I'm excited for it.
So quiet.
Can you look at swrv/bizd? Thanks.
Can you hear that? Hold on, I gotta fix that. Super quiet. Seems fine. Okay, it's just really quiet on my side. My bad. Thank you, Seuss Game Man, for the euros.
If it did fall below 43K,
we'll look at
then
SWRV.
you would
All right.
say it's a higher chance of a potential bear market starting.
I would say it'd be breaking out of a range, and it's not about the breakout itself. It is always about the follow-through price action that the asset receives after the breakout or the breakdown. And at these levels, any pivot, there could be bullish divergence that occurs, right? Where like a pivot here could end up becoming classic bullish divergence, which is desperately what this asset needs. Okay, and guess what? If it did pivot, if at the bottom of this range we got bullish divergence on the daily, it would be the first level of classic bullish divergence this asset has seen since December of 2019. On the daily. You hear that? That's crazy, man. You haven't seen classic bullish divergence since before the COVID crash. Unless I'm wrong here. I'm looking at it. No, there's no classic bullish divergence since then. That's so long.
Would you mind checking out a double bottom on BBBY?
What's up, Grant F? Sure, we'll look at that. Thanks for the 25 super chat. Yep. Yeah, so that's like, and you haven't been oversold. The asset has not been oversold on the daily since the COVID crash. So that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for bids to come in at the bottom of the trading range, and then the bullish divergence really starts to develop, right? How does it develop? It's like we're no more selling. The selling pressure subsides, and you keep going sideways or up, and you start losing that negative momentum on the histogram. That's exactly what we need desperately. We just don't have it yet. Just keeps building negative momentum, right? Highest level negative momentum since April 24th or whatever. So
Hey Mitch, keep up the great content. What are your thoughts on the Elon's Bitcoin tweet and Mark Cuban responding?
I didn't see Mark Cuban responding. Zoro, thanks, dude.
Is that a joint?
I mean, Elon tweeting about what? He tweets about all things all the time, you know?
Do you think it's feasible for ETH to reach $1 trillion market cap this cycle? Thanks.
I mean, what did it hit at its highs? It was like 8. What was it? What was its peak market cap? Hold on, I'll find out. Sorry. Why am I asking? There's a chart for that. Hold on. The all-time high that Ethereum saw was $500 billion market cap. 508. This is that chart. Here's your Ethereum market cap chart. So currently at 409 billion. That's a good question. I mean, like, the way it's been performing lately, if Bitcoin sees, if Bitcoin actually can rally and not dump and, go to 75, 100K, I think it's possible, but it also is very speculative. So take that with a grain of salt. It's just, right, the questions like that, when you can't apply traditional technical analysis at this current time, it's always just kind of flip the coin. I mean, here's the question. Here's the thing. It's like, did anyone think that Ethereum was going to be seeing $500 billion market cap this cycle already? I mean, probably a lot of people would say, nah, dude. I didn't think about like back here in January or just last year sometime. No way, dude. 78 billion, 150 billion beginning of the year. Now 508 billion all-time high. Everything's possible, man. It's always possible. So. Okay, so Litecoin, IOTA's up 7.5%. I mean, you have a couple assets that are actually up today, and it's just based on that recent little rally, that push Bitcoin got before the stream started, where it hit a low of like 43,800, and it's now like 45,673. Let's take a look at, I think there's still more upside on Ethereum to Bitcoin. Why is there still upside? Because that's the resistance, right? You think that just means that, like, doesn't mean that Ethereum's going to go up in price. It just means, like, if Bitcoin continues to sell off, that Ethereum just won't sell off as bad and will eventually run to 8.5 million Satoshis. It's just kind of in no man's land up here. Yeah, whatever, consolidate. But you think that's the eventual target. It's not quite touched it yet. And above that would be, that's where you start talking about it be breaking maybe $500 billion market cap, and after 8.5 million, it's 11.35 million Satoshis, and then above that, I mean, all-time highs, was 15.6 million Satoshis. So this would be the one, though. I mean, this is like, it's very interesting to see the past few months what the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Join the Patreon for 2 days. Reply to a vid posted of p#l#st#n# being bombed. Say hope his L gets wrecked by its neighbors. Nothing more. My bad. Was banned without warning and not given back my 150.
There you go, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks for the 20. Super based. I don't even know what you just said, but about, and I haven't, Ahmad banned you, dude. I was at a pool party at a mansion. Like, I don't have time to be looking at whatever you just said, okay? Anyone else read that? He joined the Patreon 2 days ago, so what does that mean? He got in really late, and I don't know why he was banned. I mean, the mods know, and so I delegate to them. Okay. So I guess we start on request. I don't know, gold and silver are open again, so we just look at those, how they start in the new week. Gold's looking great, man. It's up 0.23% on the new day. Hey, close to that supply line, which would be the kind of second target of that trade setup posted on gold, that first target in like 2 days. And third target's like 1900 for good reasons, right? Because that's probably where it's headed. Look at the history. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. That's all there is between $1,800 and $1,900. So that's probably where gold's going. If it ever breaks 1900, I mean, it's going to test the localized 1950, but eventually 2076, this profit taking on Bitcoin's going somewhere. And then silver. Silver looking good, man. Still looking great. Like, we're just doing our, daily look at the precious metals that we've been looking at that have been very promising potentially. And I just anything above $26 on silver is so nice, so bullish.
EGLD.
So, dude, thanks. Sure, if you want. I mean, the eventual target on silver, like least short term, is like $30. Scary 24 hours, P09. Yeah, well, enjoy your weekends. Don't let this Bitcoin dumping ruin your weekend. It's beautiful, dude. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, like, God, it's like it's such a magnificent breakout on Cardano to Bitcoin. I mean, there's like not really any resistance left, Okay, there's a couple highs. There's like a high right here.
Peace.
65.35. Dow Jones 65. And then above that would be like the all-time high candle high close. At like 75.87. So that's like kind of it, man. I mean, like, you're gonna have like, okay, I mean, there's definitely like a low, like a candle low close. You can clearly see price action correlated there. You could say that. Oh, let's see if it gets there.
Silly? Of course I'm going to send it.
Yeah, so it's almost at least some level that there might be supply or something, 51.81. But yeah, man, this is crazy. It looked really, really good. Like, look how it broke out of the structure, right? The congestion area, that 1948. Look how it broke it and then backed up, had the successful backup, rallied, and just ping-ponged around between support resistances, but just kept making higher lows than the previous lows. And that's what happens, man, when you hold congestion areas, big range. There's nowhere else for it to go. It confirmed to market participants what was once a very real resistance support was an actual real support again. And there's nowhere else to go but up after enough successful back tests, right? See that over and over and over again. So yeah, man, Cardano to US dollar, because of this, is killing it. It went nuts. But yeah, Bitcoin's negative, price action. It didn't go well for Cardano either. It's pulled back, decently too, like many things on this market. So.
Yo, Mitch. Could you look at CRV/BTC? Please comment on the Elon versus Cuban tweets.
Thank you, Zoral. Oh, we at Mavs.com will continue to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge because we know that replacing gold as a store of value will help the environment. Blah, blah, shrinking bag or big bank and coin usage will benefit society and the environment.
Can you take a look at Aave? BTC needs to get its damn act together and start dumping.
Yeah, MBAS, sure.
Worst case scenario, BTC goes below 30k used, what would be your move then? Bear confirmed under 30k?
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be good. I mean, I'm like going below 30k on Bitcoin. Yeah, dude, that's definitely a bear market for sure. I mean, you gotta worry about this. I mean, it's a discernible swing low from February 27th around 43k. I don't think you want to fall below that. Yeah, below 30k, sure, bear market. Yeah, I mean, or just prolonged, correction where it could turn into what gold did. Gold went into, like, is in a multi-year uptrend, but went through it was over 2/3 of a year correction. What if Bitcoin does that? All right, whatever. At that point, we'll be having different discussions because altcoins will be wrecked. But by the looks of it, it looks like they won't be getting wrecked as hard as Bitcoin. So they'll be outperforming Bitcoin in the selling. But again, still be bad. Okay, moving on. Trying to get back in the swing of things, man. Missed a day. It's like, whoa, I feel like I've been gone for 10 years. Yeah, dealer's choice, so why not? Why don't just get it over with and look at this one? It's like, alright, man, it's still fine. Like, it's still so fine.
Asking for Ray's opinion on news/tweets and stick to charts. That's what we do here.
What's so busy?
Is that a joint?
People can do whatever they want, you know? I mean, they want my opinion on it. I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm simple TA, man, so... I mean, Mark Cuban's opinion, he's still bullish on crypto long term. That's it, which I am too. I mean, who cares if it goes down to 37K? You know, who cares if it goes down to 40K? It's still a way to participate in an alternative system to the one that has been built and is now being destroyed by the bureaucrats that exist at this current time. So that's why you got to be bullish on Bitcoin and crypto long term. That's it. Like, that is more than enough of a reason. So Cream is still stupidly bullish. I just don't care. I'm done with it, dude. I'm done in terms of, like, you know, defending this position because it's still making a higher low somehow. Bitcoin's going to multi-month lows and Cream's just sitting over here with a higher low going on. Wow, that's stupidly strong.
Can you check out CTI? I know you said it has to hold above 0.121 cents. Just want to update because my hands are sweating. Go.
Yeah, sure, we'll look at it. Yeah, man, it sucks, dude. Like, what can happen, man? When Bitcoin, when the macro is such a drag on these coins, it's gonna, you know, they're gonna sell off. Some of them are gonna break critical supports.
People get confused by Bitcoin price and bear market. Let's hope Bitcoin is screwed to 20,000 bucks, which will usher in the biggest alt bull run you have ever seen. Only bearish for Bitcoin maxes. So what?
Yeah, digital asset class is here to stay. I just don't know if we're going to 20K. Something major, mega bad would have, like a negative news-driven catalyst would have to occur maybe for 20K again. Just don't know about that. But yeah, man, I mean, at least maybe 40K where the 200-day moving average is, where Bitcoin has not seen the 200-day moving average, good God, in a really long time. I mean, since the COVID crash, I think. So anyway, so this is dealer's choice. Cream still 210, 272, 351 eventually. And I mean, like, whatever, you know, if it fails, it fails. And we know, like, you don't really want to be messing with the asset below $100. That's the cutoff point. But you're at 126, so you're far higher than that for now. And if Bitcoin reverses any, this thing's going to outperform it. How do we know that? How do we know it's going to outperform it? Because, like, look at the selling. Like, it's barely lost any value compared to Bitcoin. And, you know, while Bitcoin's dumping, this one's selling off, but marginally, barely. Benjamin Lopez, oh my God! Wow.
Cream Team.
Benjamin Lopez, thanks for the $420 contribution. He says Cream Team.
Is that a joint?
Indeed, Cream Team, because much better looking chart than Bitcoin. Then really Ethereum. It's a specimen setup for the system that I have, you know, methodically put together over like years, right? Just like, okay, this is the one we want. This is the best looking one that I'm seeing across the whole market. Just because, I mean, just the levels it's at, it's a deep retrace, it's an XABCD, there's all this divergence. And if it fails, that's okay. That's probably testament to Bitcoin being at 40K or lower. You know, like, can't get mad at me for finding an opportune area for a long.
But thanks for always.
And if the macro, like that's like, oh man, look at this trade setup on Kellogg or IBM or something. You know, if the stock market crashed and dumped to much lower lows than the previous lows, they're not going to play out. It's just not going to happen. So that's all you can say. You have to have conviction on assets that look like this. I'm extremely impressed. That's all I can say about Cream, and that's it. Okay. I look tired.
Hey Mitch, could you take a look at SNX/USD?
Dang, dude, we got Benjamin and Samuel, but one has a Z and one has an S. Oh yeah, dude, we'll look at SNX. All right, thank you. Go Cream. Okay, no Cream. Okay, let's see that one. Yeah, it just sucks, man. Like, you know, a lot of the coins have not been able to perform as well as Cream. Many have just like crapped the bed. Like here's a one that is at the most extremely critical area that could ever probably exist at this time on this chart. SWRV requested, and it's just look where it is. That high from November of last year that's clearly been regarded as support, resistance, 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 support, support. Unfortunately, it looks like you broke some sort of demand line, but as long as 160 holds, this thing's okay. It truly is okay until that breaks. You break that, man. Oh, God. I mean, there's a candle high close right there, so it's probably going to 144 immediately. If it breaks 144, probably going way down to like $1 or less. So it's still at a good... It's still regarding what was once resistance as support. That is good. That is a good thing. That is not a bad thing. So still alive until that breaks, which it will break. It will break if Bitcoin wants to go to much lower levels. But if Bitcoin just stops, you know, stops its distribution, then these coins will be able to pivot and rally to much higher highs. But again, that's just a big if, because I mean, maybe the sentiment truly is done for now on Bitcoin. Like it could be. There's no edge, so we don't know. So there it is. That's like me plotting that congestion area. That's where, you know, you want to see an asset bottom out once, maybe even twice locally zoomed in. You know, that's going on. So safe until you break that. Okay. SWRV. What's up, Fishhead? Dad's Ravioli. What is this Eminem song? 2004. 8 Mile Dude. We'll see. Next one. Oh, I mean, you had your chance on this one. This is like I think this was a Matthew D one, but you know, we were all monitoring it way back. It's just kind of the craziness played out. It was awesome, dude. When you broke that supply line, who knew that was going to happen? Was this some Wall Street bets crap? I don't know. It was like this like late January, so maybe. It's okay. Like anything above 1650 is extremely bullish. Look at that. That's the ice line. I mean, really what you want is anything higher than the previous low that was established in early January around 1775 is bullish, right? I mean, for the long term, this thing's trend is in the midst of reversing, right? It's been such a disgusting sell-off. That happens. Look, like almost like a double top, triple top, or a head and shoulders. It was gross, man. And how long did it correct? It, you know, once that last top got put in, it kind of looks a little bit like Bitcoin. You know, it sold off for 1,896 days and lost 96% of its value. That's Bed Bath & Beyond, chat. And that's over, you know, like what, a 5-6 year period. But eventually, sellers finally got exhausted, and you got back above a critical area, and you ran up to the next level, and it reversed there. Wow, so surprised. Hold on.
Hi Mitch, can you check out OXT? Thanks.
Yeah, OXT, I was scanning today. It's okay. OXT actually looks okay right now. I can't believe it, right? I'm saying that. Crazy, man, OST. So, do I see like a trade setup right now? Like literally at this time? Don't really see. I mean, maybe you could say there's some classic bullish divergence going on. It's above the 200-day moving average. Anything above the 200-day moving average is really good. Do I see something like, how would you strategize along here? I don't really know. Dang, dude, above that high is really good too. That peak from like 2017. Yeah, if you hold that, if you can stay above that long enough, I think you go on another really good run, you know? Could be like a lower low double bottom and go for a deep retrace in the high 30s. So yeah, pay attention. That's definitely an area, right? That's the top of what? That's the top of the descending broadening formation. I'm sorry, descending broadening wedge. That is a wedge that is descending, and it is also broadening. So pay attention. That is I think a key level. If you can hold above that long enough, I think you could very well see upside to at least $33. $33. I mean, it's at 25 bucks now. That would be the target if it held above this. Okay. Above that, probably 44 bucks again on Bed Bath & Beyond. So pay attention to your key level. Okay. All right. Let's see. So EGLD, I don't know, I was looking on the daily. It's similar to Bitcoin where, hey, it could show an edge soon. It could, but the negative momentum is only building. You're certainly not oversold. You're making your lowest level of relative strength on the daily since, God, November. So you're cracking into bearish territory now. Look at isn't that crazy? 40 is the bear, like below 40 is bearish. Look how the assets RSI bounced a multitude of times off that critical area on the RSI, and now it's cracking it, falling below it again. So yeah, that's not really good. At the same time, you're kind of breaking a critical level from March 9th. So yeah, you could think that maybe 109.83 is in store, especially if Bitcoin wants to go to 40K, 41K. Yeah, dude, it's gonna go down to much lower levels. It's just in a big range, like a lot of other things. Yeah, nice little supply lines that were broke, but this time around it didn't do very well, did it? So yeah, I mean, kind of like, hey man, maybe you could strategize a potential double bottom, but you gotta have far stronger looking oscillators than right now. It's just not mature enough. It's not developed enough to say, oh yeah, great time to long. Just not. You gotta be really cautious with Bitcoin, man. But we know Bitcoin's at the literal bottom, at the basement of a range that was established in late February. Yeah. After a buying climax in still in mid-February. The bottom of that range is like 42K. Yeah, I don't feel into comfortable, EGLD for a trade setup or anything. Let's see, all right, next one. Oh, this one's still exceptional. I mean, CRV to BTC was requested again, and for good reason, because it's been showing tremendous amounts of accumulation, has broken back above congestion areas of ranges, has been back testing and holding them, and then more recently confirming a couple times like that what was once resistance is support for sure, and just continuous higher lows. And now it rallied and almost hit that top. I mean, it really did. That candle high close right there from February 5th was, God, it was so close. You think that's probably eventually going to be tested. So it's really strong structure here. Really, really strong. Where it's like an X, A, B, C, D stuff. Once it cracks through this 85, 87, 55 area, man, you got one more 10,627. And when you're above that, I don't know, it's like a little bit at a time. It's just little areas. There's just not much, right? It's just straight line up and down. So if you're wondering about this asset, anything above 5,020 is very strong. Very good. Below it, yeah, then it's not good, you know, but you're showing very real accumulation, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Great looking chart, and there could be tremendous upside. It doesn't mean that CRV at this point is going to be higher in prices. It just means that CRV to the US dollar would outperform Bitcoin, meaning if Bitcoin's selling off still violently and it sucks and we're going into a more prolonged correction, see, that just means this chart's implying that CRV to the US dollar just won't sell off as bad as Bitcoin. Okay, it doesn't just mean that CRV is going to do amazing on the US dollar. It just means it won't sell off or get wrecked as hard as Bitcoin. And it could that asset would be rallying still if that's the case. Yeah, great looking chart. CRV. It's awesome. Right now. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at it, Suscan. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, hey, man, it's going to be great if Bitcoin doesn't get wrecked. But Bitcoin got wrecked. And so it's like, okay, you fell below a very critical area. And we'll look at it. Yep. But I think like despite a stop loss or anything like that, we're watching that critical area because what it's doing, anything above that long enough, it could go insane. So you just we gotta be paying attention to it. That's like definitely YFI is one to keep on the radar. Hasn't pulled a YFI yet, has it? Or you know what all these other ones have done. But it's like the composite operator has been accumulating and reaccumulating his position in YFII since Christmas. Yeah, it was December 24th that trade setup was posted, right? Just higher highs, higher lows. And so it's now, I feel like, just looking at the YFI chart, we'll talk about it when we get to it. Sorry. All right, moving on. Top of the range to you. Top of the, you know, I mean, what did it do? Like, it hit the top of the structure, right? Top of the range, and it reversed there. So that's an inflection point, and it's a high risk area for longs. But if it ever broke it, could go nuts. But look what's happened on the daily for Lind. Lind is now showing very real, I mean, undeniable, developing classic Class A bearish divergence at an inflection point. So it's still making higher lows than the previous lows, which is good. I don't want to see it below $400. If it stays above $400 long enough, and Bitcoin doesn't, it's all about Bitcoin, man. Like, if Bitcoin can just stop making multi-month lows, then Lind might have a chance to pivot, rally, and then break out and go to freaking $800, $900, $1,000. Very strong. Like, think about it. Bitcoin's at...
Can you take a look at Zim/Views? Thanks.
WR, yes, thanks. Just think about Bitcoin, multi-month lows. Then you got Lind that literally 2 days ago made the highest levels of all time, right? Intraday, it hit a high of 635. It's never done that before. So that you got to think about that stuff, man. Like, powerful, bullish performer in bad conditions, like for the macro. Those are the ones to watch, to pay attention to. You know, Ethereum's definitely an outperformer too. Like, Ethereum, you know, maybe it's not looking as good as Lind. You know, I think Ethereum's like 20% plus off its all-time highs. But still, once Bitcoin catches its footing, these are the ones that one wants to own more than Bitcoin probably, because Bitcoin's gonna perform, but it's gonna continue to underperform these ones, these strong performers, okay, that are hitting near all-time highs or 52-week highs. Okay, Lind, trying to hold on to $500. Trying. It's just psychological support resistance, not really an actual real one. So, but yeah, I mean, the daily is implying a reversal, so you could find yourself down to 310 again. Could at the bottom of the range. It's not really a low risk area for a long. The low risk area for the long is certainly between 287 and 315, right? An inflection, that's an inflection point, and then between 542 581 is also an inflection point, where multiple things can happen. It either breaks it and goes nuts, insane, or it can't break it, it fails to break it, bearish divergence develops, and eventually it finds its way down to the bottom of the range, which could easily happen if Bitcoin goes to, again, more multi-month lows. that still means it's outperforming the living crap out of Bitcoin. Okay, next one. Still fine. My God, it's still like completely fine, dude. CTI to US dollar tether. It's just, you know, anything below 7.1 cents, you're in trouble. I mean, dude, it's like well off the pattern completion zone, or at least the reversal area. It could come down to 8.7 cents again, test it, and it could be a confirmation low that we never got. You know, that's possible. So yeah, it's down 5%. I wonder why. You know, it correlates with Bitcoin's price action. So, you know, nothing to worry about on this one yet.
Can you please look at a bullish Gartley on EBS?
So Jay, sure, dude. Yeah, nothing to worry about here. I mean, there's a candle high close. That's why I have this plotted at 12.136 cents. That candle high close on February 25th. So you hold that, it's good. Even if you don't, you're still okay. Or you could go to, again, 9 cents. And you're still at the top of that major congestion area. So I know, man. It was so nice, dude. It was in a less than 2 hours. It went up, almost hit target. You know, the first target was a 786. Dang, man, I should have done a 618. But again, I'm never posting a trade setup for instant targets getting hit in 2 hours. That's never the way. I look at charts to swing trade them, you know. So that'd be day trading. It was almost a day trade. So all is well. Just keep making higher lows, and this structure will play out, and it'll go to the moon. But yeah, when Bitcoin's weighing on these coins, this is what you're gonna get. There's gonna be yeah. Let's see. Thanks again, Benjamin, for that 420, dude. He says cream team. Yes, sir. Cream until it breaks critical levels. Wait a second. I have this plotted. Where? There it is. Well. You know, it's like you hit an inflection point, and what'd you do with the inflection point, Chad? You hit the high, right? This high, right? The reverse critical area, clear reversal area, and what did it do? It reversed it. Now you're in the dead middle of this range between $15 and $21.54. So if you're in the dead middle, it's really tough to be great time to long. You know, great opportunity. There's no edge. I mean, the negative momentum's at its highest level since April 18th. And building. You could try to say maybe hidden divergence on the RSI is developing, but I don't know, man. I think if you wanted the best long ever, $15, but maybe it just makes another higher low than the previous low and makes the 3 rising valleys, and that could be amazing, you know. It just, right? If you're talking to me, you're asking me about things, you know where low risk is. You watch this long enough. Low risk is the closest you can get to the bottom of the range it's in, and you're just in the dead middle, right? Where you flip a coin, it could run at the $21.55 next. You flip a coin, it goes to $15 next. So it's just tough, man. Tough to strategize where one would be setting a stop loss, you know? Nice harmonics, though. Nice range. Cool. Not making higher highs anymore than its all-time high from February 13th, and you broke that parabolic uptrend, and you've been stuck. You've been in Stucksville. But it makes another higher low, then eventually probably $29. You know, go test that all-time high up there. So look for a third valley if you care about SNX, and that third valley could be like the Rule 3, hidden divergence or something. I mean, hidden bullish divergence argument is gonna be real until you get a candle close below $16. So I'm just talking about you need to see the negative momentum wane first, right? It's building. We got to see it lose negative momentum to be like, oh, we can actually call that's happening. It's not happening quite yet. Just make a higher low, and it's a third consecutive higher low, and then it could go nuts and go test all-time highs again. So,
Kappa/Bizzed on 4 hours Binance if you could please sir. Looks similar to audio months ago before it went ham. Thanks for all you do.
So Cordy, thanks for 20, man. I'll put on the list. Alright, I'm moving on. Okay, OXT, yeah, man, crazy, man, crazy. Can't even believe it.
PK super chatted $32.33.
What's up,
Can
PK?
we look at RE/USDT?
Rarible, huh?
Yes. It seems to back us to spring into ice line. Did you see any harmonics? Bless.
I don't know, we'll look at it. Put on the list, I haven't looked at that since the last time someone requested it. So this is why it's kind of like, wow, OXT is kind of interesting here. I mean, it's at, you can't say it's not at very critical levels. You don't want anything to do with this asset below 50 cents or so, 53 cents. I mean, look how it's holding the demand line. Hit like that harmonic. It's a little too deep to call it an actual Gartley, you know. But it went a little deeper than the 786. It went down an 82% retrace. So just an XABCD, an M structure, and maybe it's like one bottom, a second bottom. Obviously, this is gonna fail. It will not play out. This support will not hold if Bitcoin's going down to, you know, 40K and below. But it's above the area. It's so important that it's above that area, and it is. And it's like one bottom, maybe a second bottom. This is what we were hoping for on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin didn't play ball. It's making a lower low than its previous low from April 25th.
Hey, goodbye BTC, goodbye Mitch, it's been fun.
That's a fake Gavin Crown shot.
Gentlemen, in the mix.
That is a fake Gavin Crown. Just so you're aware. Oh my god, I couldn't get him, dude. Okay, so anything above 53 cents, it's above a demand line and a congestion area. So, and it could be a one bottom and a confirmation low at a deep retrace of an XABCD. That's why I say it's not too bad. That's it. That's why OXT looks interesting. Really liking it close up too. Like it's like it fell and now it's like really trying to confirm even higher lows locally. If it's gonna hold 53 cents, the target's 69.8 to 75.7 cents. This other major congestion area, okay? That's it. That's OXT. It actually looks pretty good, but dude, it's just so tough to be like, you know, because of Bitcoin not showing an edge quite yet, not giving us what we want quite yet, it just makes all these other potential good-looking assets or good-looking charts dubious. You know, it's like that none of them will play out if Bitcoin goes down to another $3,000-$5,000. It's not going to happen. Cream's pumping, dude. Cream's amazing. Cream's like the one, dude. It's like this is it, dude. That's how you like weather the storm with Cream, dude. Cream will we'll get through all this together. Owning Cream, right? Most likely, just based on the chart. It's just, and really, if you look at OXT, it's not like Cream per se, but it's kind of in ways similar to Cream. Where it's at a congestion area, it showed an XABCD, it showed one bottom, it showed a second bottom, Cream showed a third bottom. So it's like Three Rising Valley stuff. This is just kind of like potential higher low double bottom with a little accumulation going on, and the demand line held to boot. So OXT, man, it's like at levels of a long trade setup entry. It really is. It's just like it's so hard having confidence, you know, with Bitcoin. Just wrecking all these potential good-looking snacks because it's so easy to strategize your stop loss. You don't want to. It just tested 53 cents once, and now it's testing the top end of the zone, right? So you just kind of want to stop maybe a little bit below that wick from May 13th, and if not, you can be even tighter, and you can actually take profit. One can actually take profit at like a conservative 69.8 cents, a 3-to-1 reward to risk. It's crazy, right?
TA on Philicoin, thanks Mitch. Ooey ooh ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Thanks for the walla walla bing bangs, Johnny. Thank you, dude. Thank you. So I mean, like, just being really tight and conservative, this is certainly a way to size it up, man. But again, I just don't. Like, Bitcoin just is always in the back of my mind on looking at these, you know, where it had a really good run. I mean, it's almost like, in a way, like a pseudo ascending triangle behavior, right? I'm impressed. I love the structure. I love what it's doing. I just hate Bitcoin right now. But we all know, if at any time, maybe this week, if Bitcoin starts catching bids on the daily for like a week or like 4 or 5 days, then it will certainly show that sellers are exhausted at the bottom of a range. And that's incredible for these altcoins. Because that means like it'll reverse and maybe it won't perform that great. Maybe end up just making a lower high, but these things will flourish. They will go nuts. So let's see. I'm gonna post that real quick. Benjamin, man. Dang, dude. 520 today.
Tipped $100. Cream doing things.
Thank you, man. Wow, that's huge, dude. I'm just telling you, dude. Like, I don't care, man. You could talk about Bitcoin sucking, but dude, just the outperformance of Cream, where it is, it's just such a low risk area. Oh, it was anyway, and it's been there. And it's just like, God, because all this accumulation going on, eventually the supply will all be absorbed, and a major impulse would happen. I don't know, man. Like, is it really pumping, or is it just kind of like, oh, it's up a little bit, dude, and everyone's just over exaggerating? Yeah, man. It's like, it's up 8.74%. Cool, dude, but you know, that's not even. Like, you got to understand where it is now is just like so far off where the targets are. 210, 272, 351, and eventually probably at 380. This is just what dreams are made of. I'm just back at it because, you know, Benjamin just tipped $100, man. So it's just, we're not even close to where we're gonna be if it plays out. You know, it's not up that much. 9.0%. You know, cool, but you got to break back above 150. Being above 150 is very important. That is psychological, and it's kind of real too. There's like some support, you know, like March 4th, February 25th, March 22nd, January 28th, you know, January 20th, like that. You know, that's real. Oh, look, dude, yeah, that's September 19th, the first time everything correlates to that. So getting above 151 is definitely where you want to see this asset. If it gets above 150 again, 151, could be moon time. What's up, Ross, dude? Yeah, NMR, which I think was holding up today, maybe.
Ross tipped $29.29. In the mirror used thanks Mitchardy.
Thank you, Ross. Roll Tide, man. Okay, so your ticket to prosperity is confirmed prices above 151, right? Like the alcohol, Bacardi 151 Connect or something. Break that, and you'll probably be drunk on gains, like someone will be drunk on 151. Okay. God, OXT, man, it's just, it looks so promising, but if Bitcoin just stops getting wrecked, OXT could very well go to much, much higher prices.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Okay, what a disappointment, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, dude, like, oh god, it's stop out, but like, you have to understand. Forgive the chart. I mean, this is just like a lot of data that, you know, over time I'll plot things and they play out, and I don't erase them, I just leave it. But look, I mean, because there have been so many just opportunities like look at this dragon, a legendary bullish dragon pattern that went from the breakout of 1744 to like, you know, $3,500, $3,700. Then created a nice bullish shark pattern. And the shark pattern, you know, eventually played out. Didn't quite hit the CNA, but it went to 3278. It sold off this old demand line here, got tested and tested and tested. And look, this zone here, I'm just saying, like, stop losses or not, man.
CRV/BTC hype.
Well, yeah, it's bullish. It's really bullish, dude. It's above all critical levels. It should be going up. Like, if if TA makes sense, like eventually where it is, it just back tested with accumulation, an old congestion area. It should be running over the next target, which, you know, thank you, Zoro. So yeah, man, it's like in the zone. It's in the congestion area, and there's gonna be wick outs and maybe, you know, this stop loss. Oh no, but like, dude, really anything above this demand line in the long term is exceptional for YFI. I mean, I think just anything above 2350 over the next like few weeks, this thing's gonna eventually run to 3811, and after 3811, $6,472 eventually. That's a daily candle close. At least, I mean, up here to test 3600 again.
Hey, mate, can you check sell,
So much accumulation, man, with a sell wall, and you just, yeah, you keep faking out, but every time the fake out happens and a sell off occurs, there are more market participants that own this asset than before. So it's like absorption of remaining supply, I guess, or just price suppression. What's up, Nick? Sure, dude. Sure. So what we're doing is you're just looking for like things like OXT and Cream and maybe CRV. You know, you're looking for ones that, you know, they're dragging because Bitcoin sucks, but they're still making extremely higher highs, higher lows, or they're still at great areas of value. PCZs of harmonics. They're still showing levels of divergence. You know, consecutive levels of accumulation. You're looking for that stuff. So. Y'all broke my jar now. The jar's broken, confirmed.
Bro, I
Maybe.
bought a 2.4 BNB 580 at Setter and 100. Should I hold it or sell?
Nicole, so I'm never going to tell you what to do with your money. Right? All I can do is tell you what the chart's saying at the current time, and even when that happens, sometimes that fails. So it's important to have a plan and, you know, manage your risk and have appropriate position sizing from the previous trade and the next trade. So JD, yeah, we'll add to the list. All right. So YFII, I am bullish on this asset until it breaks the demand line for real, right? I mean, anything above 2570 is stupidly bullish. That is the beginning of the range, right? That was October 9th, the first time it was created. Okay, so you're above that. Not by much, but that's just your lipids test. That's how you know the health of this chart. Really good above 2570. You got to be really optimistic. Below that, you start getting a little worried, but you understand there's still stupid amounts of accumulation. And it could go as low as 2400 and still be fine. I just don't think you can give up on YFI yet. No, not yet, dude. Not yet. Dude, this thing has not gone insane. And when we think about a two-parter to this cycle, these altcoins gonna have another ride, maybe. Okay, next one. Hey, if you enjoyed the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. I know it's a little gloomy because of Bitcoin. Man, some of these altcoins are stupidly bullish still. They just look so good and promising. Jeez. Alright, so Nemesis, the Shark, ooh, 32 cents. You know, it was like we looked at it, the 886 Shark, and then it rallied off that 886, but then made a lower high and dumped again, fell below the 32 cent area, which I think is really, really important. And it sucks, you're below that. But, you know, right below that is 27.87 cents, which is another very critical area, right? Created initially December last year. So maybe a Shark that's trying to double bottom. Hidden bearish divergence really bad right now. So I hate the hidden bearish divergences sitting in your face or sitting on your face. Not really sitting on your face. I meant to say it's like it's staring you in the face. Okay, not sitting on your face. Welcome to live streaming. Okay. Everything's improv. So alright, what was, you know, high, and then the lower high with the higher levels of positive momentum is impending price action, continuation of the downside implied, and it's happening. But now it's like, you break 27.87, good God, you know, there's not much. I mean, I guess there's support at 25.28 cents, and then we could talk about like an X, A, B, C, D, a deep retrace down there.
Sunday. Can you take a look at Cake, at critical support?
Wasn't Cake, didn't it like turn into, no, that was Bake. Bake was like, oh, potential awesome double bottom, the Bitcoin crap the bed, and then it's now, I think it's turning into a falling wedge pattern, so that could be good. So I'm saying, like, worst case scenario, how could we look at this? What would happen if it went below 27.87 cents? I would do it just like this. XAB. Yeah, no, that's too shallow, but it's a shark. It'd be the shark idea. So the 886 would be like 24.57 cents. So I don't know, man. Like, it's Nemesis, dude. Above 27.87 cents, you're okay. You could be double bottoming, but there's no bullish divergence on the second bottom. So I would say that there are better looking assets. I think OXT and Cream look way better than, and CRV, they look better than XEM. So yeah, this maybe rallies here, maybe double bottoms, but there's nothing implying the reversal right now. Okay. Yeah, dude, we've been here. We've been here, man. It's like it's the Gartley. It's the Gartley on EBS. 786, right? You're at it. There was divergence, so big time bullish divergence on the 4 hour at the PCZ of this Gartley. Mega bullish Gartley pattern. So it was up 6% on Friday. So this is like, you know, it seems like the asset could be reacting. Catching a reaction at a critical pattern completion zone or price reversal zone. Yeah, look, the daily had bullish divergence. Or yeah, so the 4 hour and the daily at the same time were implying a reversal. You know, the stop. Have you seen the macro? The macro got wrecked last week. You know, went as low as $55, went lower than the pattern completion zone, but it rallied, and it's at $62. So this is definitely. But like again, don't we always want at pattern completion zones? We don't just want one low. We want to see a rally, maybe back test 74.11 before pulling back and double bottoms here. You always want to see that confirmation low. Confirmation low where rally sells off, you get triple MACD divergence, maybe RSI divergence at the same time.
Batteries. We genuinely missed you yesterday. It felt weird not have our daily TA with McRoy.
Yeah, McRoy, that's me, dude. Thanks, Yellow Hammer, dude.
Is that a join?
I don't know about recharge my batteries, but I definitely had a good break. You know, man, it gets tough. Like, it's stressful sometimes when it's 7 days a week, and you know. But like when a social opportunity presents itself to do something, I'm forcing myself to take off stream to do it because of mental health. Like I can't go crazy. Like I just can't. I don't want to. So 74.11, if it reverses here, I mean, this is it, man. This is like an area. It's not really at a congestion area or any critical ice line looking left or anything, but definitely at a pattern completion zone of the Armani. So this is where a reaction could occur for upside. That's it. 74.11, and then if it ever broke that, your targets eventually be 128 and 137. XLM looks, was looking awesome. It's up on the day again. What I love about XLM is the last time we looked at it, it was at a major inflection point. It was so strong, dude. The inflection point, here it is, pictured on screen. Right, where anything above 58 to 60 cents is hyper bullish, amazing. What was once a resistance became a support. And look at the fake out. Look how it went intraday to 53.8 cents and rallied and closed at 65 cents. And now look at it. I mean, it hit just like, I think, all-time highs today. And the reason why it pulled back, you know, from 79 cents to 71 is because of Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin, thanks, dude. So the target, the 2618 is 87 cents. That's where you figured you were going. And this goes all the way back to from your previous high on the Binance chart to the low. 2618 was the target, 87 cents. My stomach is rumbling. What the? I didn't do that. Am I getting hacked, man? EOS is also okay.
Long time holders IO/BTC on the daily.
We'll put it on the list, Maurice, man. Thanks, dude.
Mitch, could you please give your thoughts on getting a 200k mortgage and putting 10k down? All of my BTC holdings, with a 1.16% interest rate fixed for 20 years.
Zoro, man, I mean, like, you're talking about taking on debt to buy Bitcoin. That is always recipe for disaster, okay? So, I understand that's what people do with real estate. So people will be like, well, why not Bitcoin? Oh, it's a digital asset. It's not a hard asset. And these market conditions are unregulated, global, and 24/7. It's not like real estate in that way, right? So, I mean, that's exactly what people have been doing. Debt is cheap, so people take out mortgages to buy real estate, and inflation happens, so it's like, you know, cheap debt. The property appreciates in value, you know. So, I mean, it's smart there. That's what people have been doing. But, like, Bitcoin, dude, I don't know, man. I'm not telling you anything. That's definitely... I mean, yeah, it's almost like, oh, dude, right? Why would we not do that? You know, because we know what's happening to the system. It's like in the midst of collapsing, you know, with this hyperinflation will be coming in a couple of years. Most likely. I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know how it couldn't, you know, mathematically speaking. But I'm sure people have done it, you know, and they've done very well. But, dude, remember, you know, the asset just went from $3,850 to $64,000. It's kind of like if one was gonna be making that bet, wouldn't it have been better when it was like technically breaking out above 11,463 or something?
Not to buy,
you know, when PayPal was like saying, "Hey, we're gonna buy," everyone can use crypto on our platform now. You know, I mean, there just probably would have been better times to make those crazy bets. Like at this point, I don't know, man. Like, recipe for disaster. It could end very badly. Freaking out, man. So XLM, yeah, dude, 87 cents, then $1. Eventually, dude, it's so strong. It's just think about it. Bitcoin, multi-month lows. Then you got XLM that's recently hitting like all-time highs or whatever, 52-week multi-year highs. Okay, so it's just. What's up, Smitty, man?
Smitty tipped $25. Doge, quick look, please. Thank you.
Speaking Dogecoin. What's up, Smitty, man? Thank you. Yeah, we'll look at Doge. That has held up surprisingly well, I guess. You know? Because it's going to be the new dollar, dude. You'll see. Alright, trying to get these requests. Remember, I'm 1 hour and 30 minutes in the stream. These requests still coming in strong, and I gotta go to the bathroom, man. Coffee ran through me. See, next one was... I don't know if it looks like audio. Audio was at the very beginning. Audio was making, it was like an ascending triangle. This is certainly not an ascending triangle. This is distribution going on with a buy wall. It's the inverse. It's literally the inverse of audio at the beginning, dude. Audio literally looked kind of like this at the beginning. Higher lows with a sell wall. Right? And that's like, not this part, but this definitely. I guess maybe in that part. We'd have to go to audio to see it, but yeah, dude, to me this looks like the reciprocal of what audio looked like when it was initially listed. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone could back me up or refute me there. I just don't remember. I remember audio making higher lows, same highs. This is lower highs, same lows. So now it's failed to break the supply line, because that's where supply is. That's where sellers are placing their sell orders. Oh my god. And now it's selling off, and it could be soon to test 191 to 214 again. Which we know, congestion area. Like below that, it's scary. It's not good. But below that, there could be like an X, A, B, C, D, or something like a deeper retrace. It's way too deep for any kind of formal harmonics. A 786 retrace. So, yeah, dude, I don't know about that, man. I mean, I would think the target, again, is 215 to test 215. But what do you do when you confirm a lower high? You run to test where the buy orders were, where there's a buy wall.
It's China to me. China.
Man, this crypto thing is really turning into a clown show. I think it's safest for a guy like me is to just buy gold and silver and lay low till this storm blows over. Hey Mitch, would you mind taking me to the river? 0.01121622 LTC.
What's up, Big Mouth Billy Bass? Well, I think silver and gold are exceptional right now, technically. Right? I think they are rebounding, and they're working on doing things that they haven't done in like 3/4 of a year. I mean, it's been so long. So I think, with the inflation narrative still very real and probably happening, I don't think it's almost imminent at this point. I think that gold and silver are great because they haven't just gone up 1,300% in a year, right? I mean, they haven't. They've been correcting for almost a year, right? So it's just, they're better value, and they are, hedges against inflation. So when that's the case, when the fundamentals are lining up finally, the technicals are finally lining back up with the fundamentals, that's when it's like, it's nice to, maybe one could have allocation to those metals, right? I'm not saying to liquidate your crypto holdings to buy silver or gold. I'm just telling you it's probably better to own silver and gold right now based on technicals fundamentals than it is to own fiat. That's just all I'm saying. Okay. Dude, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy the live stream. Like, build, a sub. Hold on a sec. All right, gonna move on. Next one.
Can you have a look at BCD USD? Calculated by TradingView 4 hours bullish dividend, maybe confirming a double bottom at previous high.
Ugh, they're going diamond, man. So big. Thanks. Sure, add to the list. Well, you're at a critical level, a rareable. I mean, breaking 1350, 1450, straight down. I mean, there's nothing there. So, I don't think this is a formal harmonic or anything. But it's still at a level where, hey, man, maybe nice bullish engulfing candle a couple days ago. If it can hold this, if it can hold above 1350, your target would be about $30 from here. Yeah, I like Rareable a lot because now the RSI is showing that sellers are exhausted. I really like Rareable now. And isn't it funny, right? It's with all Bitcoin getting destroyed, something like Rareable still hanging in there and just, you know, continuing to show that divergence on the MACD, right? So it's like a low, the lower low, the lowest low, right? This lowest low is where the RSI is showing bullish divergence very clear and concisely. So Yeah, Rarible, at this, it's very easy to size at risk, right? Or yeah, you're in a lot of trouble if it falls below 1350. But good news is it's near 1350, so it's very easy to set a stop. God, this thing is, wow, it's like one of these charts. Pathetic. I don't even know how to. Jeez. Good lord, man. See how tough this is. It's like, what? So just stop below the 200-day moving average. Right? Having a stop below the 200-day moving average, below this previous low, below the bullish engulfing candles open, below so many things, right? I mean, congestion area, bullish engulfing candles open, and a 200-day moving average, 3 different things right there. Having to stop just below that, doesn't that make sense for a strategic stop loss? Because it's like everything lines up right there. So just like having profit taking $30 or so, around $30, and then it's like 3.22 to 1. 1, 2, 3. Third target's up there at 42.97. So you understand, like, you don't have, no one has to take action on this. You don't have to go long on it, right? But you can say, oh, that makes sense. The argument is rather powerful on why a long here isn't the worst idea in the world, right? All the sellers are exhausted. They're implying it not just on one time scale. I'm sorry, not just one oscillator, but now another. Maybe the 4 hours looking even better too. Now 4 hours not really. Oh God, it's like quadruple divergence or something right now on the MACD. RSI is not showing anything. But it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. But I'm telling you, if you break this 1350 area, you could be a long way down. Okay. The way to size up Rarible at this critical level. All right. Hopefully that helps a little bit. No, there's no bat. This is way too deep to be a B point for a bat. This is like a 78% retrace. Therefore, it's no formal harmonic. No. But it's still an X, A, B, C, D, and it's not really an X, A, B, C, D in an area I want it to be. Like, if anything, right? You say, screw this, man. You know, screw it. I would wait for this, right? The lowest point, X, A, B. This is the Gartley. This would be a Gartley. Wow. Oh my God. How is this happening? This, it's actually, that just strengthened the argument, didn't it? At a long here, because that is the pattern completion zone of a Gartley from that low from November 30th. It's a 61% retrace on B, a lower high on C. And it's like there. It's like at the pattern completion zone. So that's like, wow, trade setup, right? Kidding me? No bad Gartley though. And Gartley at reversal area, man. Beautiful. Okay then. Nice. It's like literally perfect. So if you have a pattern completion zone at an actual congestion area, an ice line support resistance, and there's daily bullish divergence in the MACD and RSI, that's like, it could fail, but dang dude, that's a really nice combination of variables that are all implying the same thing. It's pretty impressive, man. I just think that I think we would do it like this then. You know, it's, God, that pattern completion zone's down there. Could be going down for a confirmation low maybe, right? Something like that, dude. Nice, Gartley.
I looked up divergence on the RSI, but I'm still confused. Is it just when the RSI lows are going up? And what is that purple bar on the bottom? Sorry.
Why are you apologizing for asking a question about trying to invest in yourself and learn? Never apologize for that. I'll show you, drunken wino. Depends. There's different types of divergence, by the way. So, first type of divergence, right here. Okay, you've got. So your oscillator. This will be your RSI, right? So there are different types: class A, B, and C. So just when RSI lows are going up. No, look, man. When you have a low on price and then a lower low on price, your indicator, which is the MACD histogram, stochastic RSI, or just regular RSI, is doing the inverse, right? You make the low, and then you rally, you make a higher low when the price is making a lower low. That is a form of strongest form of bullish divergence. That is impending price action, reversal implied. And then class B is where the price makes a bottom, and then it makes the second bottom, the same low. But your indicator is the exact same, where it's making a higher level of relative strength in your situation on the same low. Class B, still very strong and implies upside. Class C is stagnation in momentum and relative strength. It's not as strong. It's where the price makes a low, then a lower low, and then your oscillator makes a double bottom, the same low. These are the bullish forms of divergence. The bearish is the inverse. Hear what I said and just inverse what I said. It's like other way around. So that's it, man. Thanks. And thanks for the 1,400 people tuned in. Thanks for the 547 likes. That's a few people. Cool. So next chart was next request. That, okay. Can't remember. Filecoin, FIL. Filecoin is FIL, yeah. It's terrible though. It's correcting. Big correction. This is like what a lot of assets are going to end up doing eventually, where they just make mega deep retraces. Eventually, the value will come in around $50, $52. A high, a lower high, a lower high, right? 886 retraces. Maybe this will be X down here, February 24th. And so nothing yet. I don't see anything at all that makes any sense for long right now. It's just in the midst of this correction. 88% retrace down here. Wow, I just eyeballed that. Holy crap, $55. The 88% retrace from that low. So I'd be waiting for that. That's it for Filecoin. Not yet ready. Not yet, okay? It broke B, so the bad action magnum moves very real. So anytime you break below B in these situations, the probability is very high. We'll see an 88% retrace at $55, $56 in time. So no trade opportunity right now. Nice one. Well, I mean, we were here not too long ago, right? And okay, so what did it do? It sold off and hit that same $55 area again. Back tested old resistance as support. We're the same page though, where it was just like, okay, just went a little bit lower and still made a double bottom, and then went nuts. And where'd it go? Went to the area that made all the sense in the world, $88 to $91. And what has it done? Since it hit $88, $91, it's now $76, dead middle of the range. So nice uptrend, very, very nice uptrend. It's been in for a long time, and this is what you're doing. You're looking for big major double bottoms in uptrends after big pullbacks, because this stuff can happen. But it's up 40% today, so there's no action to take. But it's nice to see a Bulkowski pattern present itself. This is what we're looking for on Bitcoin. We were hoping this was going to be the case on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's now making lower lows than the previous low, so it still can be a lower low double bottom. But yep, nice. Held support, not once, but twice. On the second time, there was not really divergence. Maybe on the daily? Not really, man. It just, candle high close back from August 30th, one time, two times, pow. Was up 100%, I guess, at some point today. Cool. Kind of hard to believe, man. This thing is still alive. Still doing this thing, man. Yeah, dude. So, see, here's the thing, man. About sell to the US dollar. Looks like another bearish harmonic pattern, right? The bearish Gartley going on. Gross. I've seen this before, and it played out brilliantly last time it was identified, like an X, A, B. Oh boy, this is we're in bearish Gartley territory again, aren't we? Yes, we are. 786. Yep, that's a perfect bearish Gartley. Yes, look, man. We've seen this before. This is a bearish cipher. Now we have a bearish Gartley. We had a bullish Gartley. Well, this was not a mix between a Gartley and a bat. But, yeah. Reversal, and you're below 693. You got to get above 693 again. That's a major support resistance.
And BTC. What do you mind? Look at the chain chart PLS.
Oops. Perfect. So yeah, you need to get above 692 because that's like what you're doing is you broke it and now you're back testing as resistance. This is like, these are how major reversals occur, where I would think that I could go see $6. But who knows? I mean, the trend is so bullish. Maybe it underperforms and just the bearish pattern and the bullish trend underperforms and it rallies to moon, you know? So, and I don't know, man. Not really. Anytime you triple top, double top up here at the pattern completion zone of bearish Gartley, it's not really great long opportunities, right? Okay, moving on. Next request. We got less than 10 minutes, so your weekly candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button and bell, so thanks so much. Been live almost 2 hours now. Yeah, disappointment, right? Inflection point. That's what happens, Larry.
Wanted to tell you Epstein didn't kill himself.
Thanks for the interaction. So at inflection point, two things can happen. It can break out and go insane, or it's exactly where reversal happens. It looked nice, you know. It's like, oh man, accumulation, but Bitcoin dumped. And now, yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? There's like another support is trying to hold here. 200 moving average, one bottom, second bottom, maybe. Obviously, like it's in the midpoint. It's of a big range, so I think it could go a lot further. It's 38 cents, 37 cents could be a lot lower risk, but and then you got like this. Think about, you know, it's just like in areas where X, A, B, C, D stuff, right? 786, man. Like that's the ticket. You're looking for, if it's done at one high and attempted rally, you know, it's below B right now. I think it just would be a better, like it may never happen, but my God, if we could get an opportunity at 38 cents, like an ice line at the bottom of the range, and it's the pattern completion zone of a bullish cipher. I mean, that's like what you're looking for. Because it's a combination of variables. Everything lines up there. That's like what you want. So I like how it's holding the 200 moving average, but if it does hold here, then it's going back up to 81 to 87 cents again. That's it. Okay, that still doesn't mean it's going to make a higher high eventually than C. It then has to break that major inflection point, which hasn't done yet. So, okay. What's up, DRM brothers? Thanks for the 10. Great news, man. Bitcoin's not screwed yet. Hasn't broken. It's hit the bottom of the range and no further. Showing a little bit of strength and a little bit of volume going into this weekly close. Cake. Cake's kind of similar to what we were just looking at, man, where it's like, dude, it's below where you want it to be. It's below, not above. And then you just talk about this, man. You think about it. I say BCD here too.
$22. Hey Mitch, has the Bitcoin dump invalidated the MDT trade setup? I'm thinking of swapping MDT to OXT. What would your TSA about MDT? Thanks, bro.
I don't know. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. T-Roll says thanks, dude. So I don't know. Below $30 is kind of like, why not? I mean, maybe it reverses here, but wouldn't it be more prudent to wait for a deeper retrace to 2188, and then you could have like a reason to long versus just now there's no edge on the 4 hour? Really? I mean, I would just be waiting. Like, you had a chance. You had your effing chance on K. Be requesting an asset that's now correcting. Making lower highs, lower lows now, when it only appreciated in value from like when we first identified it. It only appreciated 383% in 45 days. So it's like, wait, man, like, who cares? Let the correction continue. Let it sell off and eventually hit like more reasonable targets. I don't know, man. Like, I would be waiting. I'd wait on it. Go ahead, do your thing, do whatever you want. I'm just saying. You had your chance, dude, and now you're like went along. You went along now when the party's over. Okay, have fun, buying into the market makers, selling it. But dude, at that level, it's an 88% retrace. It's like Tezos or KNC. They hit those levels and went nuts to the upside, hit all targets. XYO to BTC. I don't know, man. We're just dumpster diving now. We're just let's just look at literally everything. Everything. So obviously a range. Obviously the asset's kind of in the middle of the range. If you're in the middle of the range, there's no strategic entry for long, is there? Because you could try to say that maybe now there's a attempted demand line to be tested in the range. You already had the stupid markup. Yeah, I don't know, man. No. I mean, like, go ahead, do your thing. Like, I just don't know why you would request it. I want people to, apply the traditional technical analysis I teach in here to charts and then tip because they see a great opportunity based on the technical analysis education that I've instilled in you, right? That's what I want. This is like literally flip a coin, it goes to 822 cents. Flip a coin, it goes to 1400 cents next. It's just like not a good area to strategize long. It's down 8% today. Moving on. Doge is fine. Doge is actually amazing. Remember the little wedge a couple days ago we looked at it? It broke out. It's holding above 50 cents somehow. Just a psychological support resistance above it. Somehow weirdly hammering right now. 3 minutes to go till the hammer's confirmed. And your eventual target could be 65 cents against 75 cents if this holds. It's almost like you've now got like an inverse head and shoulders argument going on, right? Like a left shoulder ahead and maybe a right shoulder. Golly. Talk about strong. Doge is strong. It's not. It just doesn't. You got to eventually recapture highs, but at least what we're talking about is like you had that high on May 9th, and now like after the dump and the SNL stuff, it's rallied and it's pretty much matched that high. It's good matching highs. You don't want to see confirmed lower highs, but you know, that neckline right there is very real. You ever break 59 cents, you are going to 75 cents most likely. So, dang, dude, if there isn't some sort of scuffed looking inverse head and shoulders in development on Doge after a falling wedge breakout. All right, dude, it's going as hard as it can with 2 minutes to go. Very good. Right, let's go back to it for a sec. Very strong, right? Doing what? Bouncing off the literal bottom of the range. This is it, dude. You're bouncing. You're holding for now.
Pretty sure I'd hype Dago / USDT. Accept anyone before requested Doge. Sorry.
I didn't see you tip anything today. Nah, I didn't see you tip anything today, dude. Oh, 15 minutes ago you did. Nah, dude, you're still, and I say that because I'm just doing a request. Nah, dude, you're still in line. Nah, dude. No, you're Doge, and the next one after Doge is Bitcoin Diamond, and after Bitcoin Diamond is then you, dude. So nah. So look, man, I mean, now at this point, you can definitely say the RSI on the 4 hour, if this holds like this, I mean, that is undeniable forms of divergence, right, on the 4 hour. Look, I mean, it got oversold again. It's almost like Scott Carney's like bad action magna move confirmation stuff, you know. It's not a harmonic or anything, but that's really good, man. That's really what you need to see on your oscillators. If you want reversals, do you see what it looks like? This is it, man. So great, you're showing what we need to see at the very bottom of a range. Good. Let's see if this can usher in a reversal. Let's see if this 4 hour divergence at a critical bottom can usher in the daily MACD bullish divergence. We desperately need it. If you want this consolidation in, you want to rally to the top of the range, which is 60,000, right? So I mean, you got, all right, there it is. Not a very good daily candle, just an indecision candle, but all right. Thank God that week is over, chat. Ugh. Week is over. New week has been born.
Let's put some 4 hours. Gartley, word.
Where y'all been, man? I've been live 2 hours. You're requesting 2 hours into the stream. I'm behind still. So there you go. Great 4 hour candle close. I mean, fantastic potential bullish hammer on decent volume with divergence. You know, that's some, and the MACD really doesn't look too bad either. So this is it, man. It's like you're at an inflection point and you're showing some exhaustion on the 4 hour, at least on the relative strength index, and maybe arguably the MACD. So this is it. This is it, dude. Yeah, weekly's disgusting. Weekly's a confirmed bearish engulfing candle. Very, very real, confirmed, mega bearish engulfing candle. Nasty. So it's like weekly sucks, but then you got the daily's not really good either, but the 4 hour looks somewhat okay. Can't say this isn't like, if you're talking about a range, right? Can't say this isn't kind of like one of the lowest risk areas that could exist on a chart, right? We're talking about ranges, and it's a pretty huge range, right? Between like 42K and 58K being maybe the top, and you just add price action correlation to that initial high, that buying climax, right? So I mean, that's it. This could be the lowest risk area. It kind of like reminds me of Cardano a little bit, where it was hitting that bottom one more time. It's like, it's either gonna have a real good time or a real bad time.
Just in case you missed Cell, sneering face.
I didn't. I literally looked at Cell, so I'm sorry that you were AFK for my analysis of the asset you requested. So thank you. You just had to rewind. That's it. All right, so got to move on to these requests because people are literally like upset with me. Like they're saying that I'm missing the request even though they're just either AFK when I analyze it or they're just not the next in line, the next coin in line. Terrible, man. Bitcoin Diamond had a nice run. It did really good things, right? It back tested old resistance as support and went nuclear, right? Once it broke that, where did it go? It went straight up to the next support resistance. Duh, right? I'm so surprised. And now, after doing that, it's lost. It's a trader's market, right? Market participants take profit at profit-taking levels, and then it dumps, and it's like, you're requesting because you're like, it was at a double bottom. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe it could be turning into one, but I mean, there's definitely some form of divergence on the MACD and somewhat on the RSI. I guess there's that support resistance right there too. That's holding. It's trying to anyway. If it breaks that, it's going to 231, so I guess it could be an area to size up risk, but it is Bitcoin Diamond, you know, so have fun with that. Daily eventually will show hidden bullish divergence on the MACD at some point. Yeah, I mean, it could be the backup. It could certainly be some sort of backup. If this starts showing, man, yeah, it could be implying a continuation of the upside, and your target would again be 873 for the attempted rally. Yep, eventually. It's got to hold that. So it's not there yet. It's like it's not developed. It could be developing if the selling pressure subsides and you start losing the negative momentum, so like we've seen before. You got to see that here. It's just not occurred yet. It could be one bottom, could be a second bottom. Yeah, I mean, like it's at an area where one could place their bet if they wanted to on Bitcoin Diamond and stop below 353 or so. Yeah, there you go. It's not too bad. Okay, now is that one asset that you wanted. Well, that sure as heck played out, didn't it, man? But what did it turn into? It's turned into the harmonic, man. It's turned into the one that we want. It's the bullish bat pattern completion zone, almost certainly. Look, 8-8. Good God. This is what we want. This is it, dude. This is great for Dago. Look where it is, man. I'm almost certain we had this conversation last time we looked at it. It's finally hit the level, and now it's engulfed. It just engulfed on the 4 hour. This is beautiful. This is like where it'll go up and it'll probably test 1483 again. Big if it breaks it. But if it does, I would think that it's probably going to A and C. A and C, right? Those would be targets on this asset, on Dago. Yeah. This is it, man. This is exactly where one longs. This is a great context, too, because the run up, then the big correction, and then the XABCD presents itself at the bottom of the, look left from March 11th. This is exactly where an asset, this is where you want to see an asset, okay? And the targets on Dago. You and your Dago mustache. A and C, they're so close together. It's like 1870 target, okay? Very nice. Exactly what you want. Now, you could always get a confirmation low. There wasn't any sort of divergence down here. It just hit it's reacted very well at the pattern completion zone of the bullish bat, textbook bullish bat, in a really good contextual spot. I'm talking about context because, oh my God, you had a huge run, and then the harmonic at a top will present itself as like, dude, that's not really a good spot, for a harmonic to develop, dude. This is exactly where you want to see a harmonic develop. Beautiful, okay? Nice, there you go. So TA respected on the top and the bottom. Wonderful.
more good. Mess coins.
Keep your eye on it. This is one that could go really well. This could be a reversal of the overall downtrend it's been in since it had that buying climax in mid-March. Yep, this could be what ushers in the reversal to where I'm talking about eventually. What was doing this now becomes this. Okay, that's Dago. Great looking asset, okay? Great looking asset right now. I like it. MDT, it's still okay. It's just right at that pattern completion zone still. It's a sharkception, right? Bullish sharks. Bullish shark and then a mini bullish shark. They're the same. It's like a fractal. It's a beautiful little fractal. It's not dead yet. I mean, I don't think it's really dead till it breaks 5 cents. But yeah, it's just not. It's already down 1% today. It's just not catching bids. And it's below 6.397 cents. I wish it was better. It's just not catching those bids. This is where it should reverse, but it's not. It's not reversing, is it? It just went up recently and back tested 6.3 cents as a resistance. That's confirmation, so not really good, you know, I mean. But my God, the structures don't look brilliant. They look amazing, but whatever. Remember, this is not the context we just saw on whatever it was, Dago, you know, it's like this. Right? You want to see the harmonic develop after stuff like that. You know, this is okay, but it's just, if Bitcoin sells off, it's dead. Right? It's not going to do well if Bitcoin dumps more. If Bitcoin goes to test 43.8 again, yeah, this thing's going to probably go down to 4.7 cents. Anything below X and D here is dead. So that's your cutoff right there. I mean, it's dead after that. But the upside's tremendous if it can hold above 4.7 cents long enough. Good God, another set. Done. Jeez. Still trying to get these requests, man. A lot of them. So lost K, right?
Noise! Didn't want to make you upset earlier. Sorry about that. I have one more request. TVK/bust. Thank you.
I haven't been there sometime. Thanks, dude. Yo, put on the list. The list. So below critical level. I mean, Lisk, there's request. I don't like it at all. Nope. I don't like it. Below 723. It's not good. A couple days ago, bearishly engulfed, getting followed the price action. Maybe an XABCD or something on the 4 hour, but much deeper. I mean, much deeper, like 468 to 380. Those are probably better areas where it would bleed out to those levels. I'm just not seeing anything right now that sticks out as an amazing trade opportunity. Nope. Bearish engulfing below critical support. That's not good. It's not what you want. It just looks straight up, straight down, straight up. So why not after confirmation, straight down again? You know, the very real possibility that that's going to happen. So that's it, man. It's just not looking great right now. It's no cream. Sorry, it's just no cream. Okay, last one. All right, we did it. Nice. Yeah, get why you're requesting it. That's for sure. Goodness gracious, doesn't get much better than this. I mean, maybe it could. It could get better than this, but geez. This is an old, like, failed harmonic. It didn't hold the support and it dumped, and look, it's at all-time lows. But dang, dude, you talk about this is a pretty good, amazing context harmonic too. I mean, Dega's at way better value areas than XLM. XLM's high premium right now since it's above its old all-time highs. Dude, this is a textbook bullish bat pattern. And it's getting maybe a reaction low, maybe a confirmation low. But look where the confirmation low is. Look where the pattern completion zone is. This is exactly, this could be a great trade setup now. Again, another, but do you have any help on the daily? Daily's like a mega double bottom. Oh my god, dude. And then maybe, it's kind of tough to see if there's actual divergence. I mean, you can clearly, it's going to be divergence at some point, but it may go to 28 cents first.
Coin, TRTL, thanks man, smile.
Okay, thank you. Just getting hungry. I used to, when I fasted and was on keto, I didn't have to worry about eating, but I have to eat all the time now, like a regular human being. So this is a trade setup worthy, just based on the levels it's at. Levels are very important here, you know. It could be, I don't know if you'd want to be very loose on this, just because you're playing the fact that it's trying to hold on to 35 cents, you know, it's trying to hold this, or 32.6 cents, right? That it's a spring back test of a spring attempt, you know. That's why you're strategizing along here. And I think your target would be the candle close. I mean, you would technically, if you're talking about Casey Stubbs, you know, you're talking probably about 64 cents. Right there, see? May 5th high? I mean, that's the way you're looking at it. And if you do it like that, then you obviously could loosen the stop below X like Casey Stubbs does, and it's still equitable, right? I think your second target would be 87 cents. Your third target's going to be like near all-time highs. At like 114. Candle close. So that's a way to look at it for sure. It's some S coin named TVK though that had a chance. I think it was maybe a failed setup. Because it broke the support and dumped. So spring back test of spring, bullish bat pattern completion zone, daily potential bullish divergence. There is an argument here for sure. Okay, that one could take a bet if they wanted on this particular S coin. Good luck if this thing dumps, right? I mean, or the Bitcoin dumps, excuse me. This thing's probably going to get taken down with it, man. Just the way it is. Harmonic and technical indicators, no trend analysis. Maybe a chart pattern, technical, potential double bottom on the daily, you know, which is X and D of the harmonic. So, nice way to close it up. Pretty low risk, and if you know, it's like no one has to take action on it, but you're here watching the stream and I'm walking you through the thought process of the arguments you want to have when you're taking a trade on something, right? You don't have to take long on this, but this is the stuff you want to see on any market, on any chart, right? These type of things, these combination of variables make like you have a higher chance than a 50% of it playing out, right? Trying to provide some value in your lives, you know, like I'm not some sort of wizard or like psychic or tarot card reader. I'm just showing you, trying to show you like how, you know, you could get a lower risk entry versus a high risk entry, you know? That's it. Yeah, green powder, that's it, dude. No, it's just when you're live for over 2 hours and you get requests the entire stream and they don't stop. They never, it's just like, you just get tired, man. You get a little fatigued. But yeah, you know, right? Because, you know, streaming's easy, right? Of course it is. Streaming's a joke. Everyone could do it successfully, right? Okay. Easy to criticize the streamer, for sure. Turtle's still fine. Turtle's amazing still. It really is. Like, this was the idea. It was so broken. It's such a dead, like, I don't know. It's got no volume. Like, you can clearly tell. But look, it holds the congestion area. Right? It still ended up doing this, but it hasn't taken the moonshot. But I was looking for, hey, maybe we get a double bottom and back test of the spring. You're getting that, kind of. You're literally kind of getting that. And, of course, let me just plot this on Turtle. Right here, you're still getting that one bottom and a second bottom, but unable to break 99 sats. So kind of range bound down there. Yeah, you can't break that. I mean, if you ever did break that 148, 185, still there. That's it. No, dude, it's like all of y'all here, like besides like 3 or 4 people, are amazing, exceptional people that are trying to better their lives by applying traditional technical analysis to an untraditional market, right? That can go nuts. You know, like, again, 99+% of y'all are appreciative, and I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. It's just, you know, you get it, man. Like, we've already talked about it. It's just like that phenomenon that occurs where it's like, there's that one negative comment, you know? It's like, you gotta do, I ignore, like, it doesn't seem like it, but I ignore, like, 98% of negative comments. It's just one time, sometimes it happens, right? So, whatever. Oh yeah, I mean, not really. I don't think there's been much of any kind of toxicity in chat. It's just, again, man, tensions are high because Bitcoin's getting wrecked. What's new? Literally, what is new? When Bitcoin's rallying, everyone's happy, everyone's good, everyone's positive, right? You gotta try to be grateful. You gotta try to stay positive in these times, because they will pass, right? This soon shall pass. Where we hit the 1272 fib extension, the mini one. You hit the bottom of the range. Your RSI's trying to start showing classic bullish divergence, and if it was to play out, then maybe you'd get lucky enough to where the daily MACD would finally start showing classic bullish divergence. Just too early. So you could definitely queue up the critical area song for sure.
Hey Mitch, just wanted to say I'm still smiling from my attendees from the last trade call I'm in. Thanks again.
So Mr. Allen, man.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, whatever, dude. You can trade call, whatever. I mean, like, trades are gonna succeed, they're gonna fail, right? And the macro has a lot to do with it, right? I mean, we get all these great opportunities, and then Bitcoin craps the bed, you know, because there's no edge. And the thing is, though, some altcoins are fine, you know, from the dumpage. Some got obliterated. Some are like going down to XABCD waves, right, to 88% retraces. Some are already at those levels, and they're showing forms of accumulation, right? So, yeah, it's good to pay attention to that, to the outperformers during this Bitcoin dumpage. But thank you, man. I'm glad you got to participate. That was a freaking life-changing trade, man. YFI, $95,000, dude. But it's cool though, and it was so cool because, like, I just felt like I was going crazy while all these other coins were taking off and stuff. I'm like, dude, that composite operator, he's trying to get me to get complacent with YFI, to offload, to try to go to greener pastures, right? And lo and behold, you feel that temptation. You're like, wait a second, it feels like the composite operator's trying to get me to do something, right, that normally someone would do. Felt this before. You start getting that over and over and over, and it starts clicking. You're like, oh yeah, I remember this feeling. Yeah, it's dude. The composite operator is nuts. It's like the craziest thing of all of technical analysis. Is the one who controls these markets, these assets. All right, so I like turtles. Fortunately, Bitcoin has confirmed a weekly bearish engulfing candle, a big one, largest bearish engulfing candle of all time, I think. Let's just talk about the candle open to close. A 20% drawdown bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. Oh, and it looks like the other one. Looks like the February 22nd one was larger. It's marginally larger. And then, so it's like the second largest bearish engulfing candle we've ever seen on the weekly. There you go. So if that's respected, follow the price action, and 40K, 38K. We'll see. Pray for the 4 hour and the daily at this point. Tutelage hype, yeah. So critical areas. All right, so appreciate everyone coming out today. I've been live 2 hours, 20 minutes. Please hit that like button, that bell, that sub on the way out. Thanks for the 1,600 people tuned in still. 700 likes. You know, we get 1,000 likes. I mean, there's obviously enough people, but, you know, I'm just really hungry now. You know, I'm like just way more physically active, and my body just requires a lot more sustenance. So I gotta like do that, you know. And we'll see. See what happens. Hold 42,000, 43,000 to 45,000. Otherwise, you're going down to the next levels, which, you know, it's good, right? I guess the good thing is like there's just a lot of different, you know, it's like right below the range. It's not like a straight up, straight down situation. At least there's like levels from January that could act as support, you know? So that's like, I guess you got that going for you, which is nice. Okay. So I'll be back. Look out, Cream. Look out for Cream, dude. I'm telling you, Bitcoin just doesn't dump, doesn't get devastated. Cream's gonna do things. Till next time, respect the T. A.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.